Hey guys, my name is Waldog, the Holy Vampire. Toot, toot, toot. Just got home, tired, worked all day, got 2 days off. Feeling pretty good. Physically, I feel pretty. I'm resting right now, so my body's kind of numb. But besides being, in my resting mode, vampire resting mode, I need to like give it a name, right? I need to give like the ability a name. That feels so like I want to say immature, but it sounds lame though, because like clearly I'm the kind of person who likes to watch anime. I don't do it a lot. I'm not proud of it. It's like because I've been made fun of, like rightfully so, rightfully so, right? And I remember the last person was like, "I bet you watch anime, don't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." But anyways, this one anime I really liked. I got bored of. Forget the name of it. um, Talks about like every time one of the peoples uh, use a special ability, has like a name, and there's like art on the screen or whatever before they use their special ability, make it dramatic. And I'm like, well, I don't know, but I'm not really in the mood for that. I'm an adult. I've worked all day. I'm tired. I don't want to put in extra energy into naming things. But, you know, so that's why I'm reluctant to name my resting mode. But what I was saying is that I know that if I'm not in my resting mode, my body's just tired, but it's not in pain. Not really, anyways. My leg, it's actually doing really good. I've been kind of not a side project, but it kind of is a side project for me. Like it was about I don't know how long it's been for purposely forgot when I got how long ago I got hurt. But just keeping monitoring, adjusting my body's, as far as being aware of what I can handle, and it's been getting better, you know. And it's complicated for me because I've got different transformations, right? Like you start talking about different body transformations and physical capabilities and different things that come with different, you know, it sounds complicated because it is. And so, I have my regular, what I feel comfortable with, and what I have a lot of different, transformations that I feel I use regularly. And, I like to think that I have gotten more, what am I trying to say? It's like with those transformations that I'm used to, you know, having a baseline of what my body can handle in regards to my leg having been broken, and what I've been doing as a side project is strengthening or adding more, doing more physical stuff in certain transformations that I feel comfortable with, that I'm experienced with, and I use regularly. And as that baseline of using that baseline, um, I've noticed that my legs been still getting better, getting stronger, and being able to handle a little bit more. There's still things I can't do, which is frustrating. Like the other day, I moved my leg. Like, how you scrape the ground sometimes with your foot. You scrape something to the side or whatever. And I did that with my leg. I did that with my bad leg. So, anyways, so I'm just kind of, my leg's doing better, but I'm just tired, and I've got a few days off. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get some stuff done and just relax, decompress. Just there's a lot of little things uh, that I'd like to decompress that I'd rather not think about. It's like little things, like little coincidences, if you will, involving, you may see something or whatever, you know, just regular people doing stuff. It's just like, I don't know, this is kind of a strange coincidence seeing you here, sir. Like those things. It does affect over time. Clearly, it's like those little things. I just like, man, I've got enough going on right now. It's just like, uh, my routine, as I said a few days ago, my routine has been disrupted, and I'm still kind of getting my body's getting regulated to that. So like seeing people that I'm used to seeing in certain places, like in other places where I'm at, it's one of those things. And it's like, man, I know it's just a thing, right? Whatever, but it's like it is one of those things that I need to decompress. My body needs to regulate, and there's bigger things that I need to decompress and stuff. But it's like I'm pushing so much out. I don't want to sound extremely. This is gonna make me sound extremely conceited, in my opinion. But I only got so much mental bandwidth for other people. I'm trying to build relationships, right? Like I'm trying to develop. I'm trying to myself. I'm trying to. There are people that I'm building stronger relationships with, and then it's like I see there's like new people, and you can imagine, right? And it's like all right, it's just kind of a lot. So, but I'm working on it. I've got crazy eyes. Sorry. Um, uh, you start for me with the whole routine disruption thing. Just the difficult part is, periodically the overwhelmingness of things. I can get moments of just like, it's like just want, I just need to. I just feel like resting. It's a lot. Uh, clearly, you know, supernatural abilities and You know, I'm very experienced. You know, training myself to be able to you know, try to build relationships, but also I have a very disciplined. I've become very disciplined in general. But as far as setting boundaries and uh, and understanding people where they're coming from and the commonalities of I see in relationships, and then the complication of you got all these different factors, different just different people. It's just it, my brain, even though clearly I don't really it's not so much logical, it's just experience, and spiritual. So it is using logic and explaining some of this stuff is um, I guess just I want to say emotional. It's like, to me it's like it, as I'm talking about it, it raises my emotions. I feel my emotions, and I feel my spirituality and stuff like that. I see the screen right now kind of flickering and stuff like that. Like, just a lot of little things. Like, you have to understand, like, it's like I'm basically living a, you know, I want to say I'm living a regular life in a way, or trying to, because I like it, and because it's good for me. And, I'm a part of society, and I'm trying to be. I've got this life that I'm living. I'm trying to do a lot, but I'm known as the holy vampire, and people, strangers, recognize me as that, and that's a good thing. And I was trying to look at the bigger picture, but just repeating myself. I need to decompress. I'm a person too. Uh, Even though I can go numb and not think about things and do different higher transformations of vampirism or whatever. I have what I'm like, a baseline of what I'm comfortable with, and it's not too much, it's not too little. It's just, it allows me to be, you know, uh, what I'm used to, comfortable with. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's not perfect. Like, clearly, I'm still, you know, I'm tired for one. I'm talking about. I'm essentially uh, inadvertently saying that my psychology, my subconscious, my feelings, they're still vulnerable. As far as being open, I'm still open to feeling things, and that's the way I like it. Like, not too much, like able to kind of like feel, and then, like, if it gets to a threshold, go feel a numbness. And it's like that's what you're seeing right now. It's like, as I turn on that energy inside me, so to speak, the vampire energy, it has an effect on that, on the gosh darn camera. Supernatural stuff. And it's a lot. It's a lot. I have a lot of people who I'm a role model for. Um, I'm over here talking about spirituality. I'm talking about God. I'm talking about values. Talk about my experience and discipline. and challenges. Trying to look at the bigger picture, and there's all these things. It's like, but also still trying to relate to the common man. How important is that? It's extremely important. It's extremely healthy for me to have that feeling. I've had that feeling today talking to my friends. So, same things. Like, well, I'm gonna go home, and there's these things I want to do. I'm probably not gonna get to it. I said, "Yep, I hear you. That's exactly how I am. That's how I'm feeling." Which is true and not true at the same time. It's like that may be the case, but I may feel motivated, depending. And it's just like, gosh darn, it don't need to be so complicated. And this is me venting right now. It's like, gosh darn, I don't need to be so complicated. That's what I'm trying to find the right balance. I'm still working on it. I can say that. I can say that. And I know I'm not alone in that. I know I'm not alone. People, life changes, routines change, things change. And just trying to find that balance of happiness and progress. I can relate to that. I can speak to that. And I know so many people that I care about who do that on a regular basis, and I can relate. I can vocalize. I can put a voice to that feeling. And gosh darn, I could put words and music to that feeling. These different. I could. If only I could get that right balance. But I feel like this is me now. This is me not venting, but just complaining. But I feel like as life happens, as things change, what they inevitably do, and that things are constantly changing for me in a good way. I feel like people entering my life, people I care about, people I protect, people who I revere, who I admire, and who I love. You know, as that happens, as my circle of friends, so to speak, grows, you know, things change. And I'll say this: it would be good for me, and I am trying to do this. Maybe not thinking about it actively, but I am thinking about it right now. You know, surrounding myself with people who are supportive, I should say. Not too much, but in certain ways. And I do have some people like that. Not too much, but in certain ways is the very important part. Um, and what I'm finding out, those kind of people are the adults who've been around, who know, who can relate. These are the people that I revere and admire probably the most. The adults who can who don't you don't have to say it's important to find balance in your life. They're like, I know. You don't have to say it. I know. And some of these people are like, man, I can see you. I can see. You don't have to say a gosh darn word. I already know. I can see it, and I can see certain things that I've been through that have kind of swept under the rug, and I can see that you're constantly dealing with these things that I've, been able to sweep under the rug, and they like me for that, not because of supernatural stuff, not because of popularity, not because of whatever. It's because they can relate, and they see me, you know, fighting certain battles, so to speak, in regards to things that they have swept under the rug. That I am constantly fighting these battles of those things, and they appreciate me for that. They see my experience and strength, and my the processes that I've developed, uh, the wisdom required. I'm not sure how to say this. They see how far I've gone in certain areas, and they appreciate that. They see it as a skills that maybe, and same goes for them. It goes back. It goes both ways. Like they're doing certain things with certain things I've swept under the rug, and I appreciate them for that. You know, not because of how they look, because of how much money they make, because of how many friends they have. It's because of that, and I think that is I don't want to say humility. I want to say, appreciation for the common person. Appreciation just for what it's just wisdom, and I'm glad that I'm noticing that, and that I'm talking about that uh, as an adult, and also as a so-called superhero. Anyways, let me get going. I get some rest. Maybe watch some anime. Who knows? Yeah, talk to y'all later. Appreciate y'all for watching. All right, bye.